Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Aries Sky Rita Lee here, also known as Krabby McCoffee. I got some interesting news for you today. Yeah, I know Tildor is probably going to be happy. So, as of tomorrow morning, or when I get out of bed and have my coffee and yada yada yada, I'll be working until around bath time, and then after bath time, I will be going out to the thrift store. The prepping journal says I need to look for scanners, antennas, and more. That's what Zoe said. As you all know by now from watching my previous videos what happened with Zoe, so we don't have to go into details. There was some miscommunication on Zoe's part. I don't hide who I am, okay? And being born both, that's something that, you know, um, Zoe was challenging me on, and I don't, you know, care if someone looks at my past, all right? Back then, you were put under the umbrella for male to female or female to male. Intersex was not a word used. They always just put transgendered or transsexual or whatever. But we're not going to be talking about that news. The whole Zoe thing's under the bridge. She's been forgiven for her rage and anger and whatever else. Chloe banned her and blocked her while I was sleeping. So she's like, I've taken care of that. Time vampire is what she said. But today, Chloe is out in town. Now, I got a couple prepping tools to share with you today. So I want to make this video short and sweet as possible for you preppers. The tools. Every item in your home is a tool of some sort. Of course, a living tool like Bun Bun here is just a tool that eats pellets. Yeah, he's a pellet machine. Moppy is an alarm clock, and he's also a tool, a living tool that alerts me to noise and other things. But today, every item in your home is a tool. All right. So I do want to tell you, I did update the preppers list. The preppers list now has other items. I'm going to add some other stuff to it soon. A lot of people have been asking me about Well Communications. Go watch my communications video on Rumble or listen to my podcast. But, we do have Spotify. So today we're going to be talking about tools for prepping. The ultimate prepping tool is buying Prepper's books. I sent an entire list to Higgins to go over because I want to review some of these books for you all. Ultimate Prepper's Guide. I want to see if there's a... Usually the Ultimate Prepper's Guide is people that want to make a few bucks on books. I support physical books, not digital books. But for the sake of the argument, a lot of these things you can find common sense anyways, as Higgins said, on the internet. Now, for some of you out there wondering, gotta make sure to check on the expiration date of these bratwursts so they didn't go bad because I want to make sure to eat them 2/18. So, today is 2/16, so I gotta eat them up in 2 days. So tomorrow's dinner is gonna be bratwurst, okay? Tomorrow is the big news, which I'll tell you now because this video will be uploaded tomorrow morning, which is the 17th, which means when I get up, I will be going live and doing spreadsheets with you all and briefing you on everything going on. But I'm not going to talk politics because YouTube is really cranky about politics apparently and everything else. They don't like the questions that I've asked, to the people and to the viewers. So I'm not going to do that. That's where Rumble comes in. So if any of you haven't checked it out, check out the Rumble channel. It's awesome. It's cool. It's great. The Rumble channel is really good for politics. Now, another thing I want to share with you all here on YouTube is I will be going live tomorrow. Yeah, that's right, tomorrow. Now, I haven't done the live on Rumble yet because I don't know if I'm going to keep YouTube any longer because of their censorship, but who knows, right? Apparently, I violated like 20 different censorships in my videos and they don't like it. So I'm not going to say YouTube's bad or anything. I'm just saying I'm not going to be a sheeple and follow a platform. And also I want to say Rumble's got a good platform for monetization. So if you haven't checked it out, Rumble is a lot better than YouTube because you can make money off it off the bat where you don't even have to follow the 1,000 subscriber rule. So I do hope that you guys check out Rumble, check out our channel, what we're about. So, the internet is the ultimate prepper's tool. You can use it to read reviews on items you want to buy. You can use it to make purchases online. And I have a nice story for you all. An actual great story today. So, I was browsing Amazon for items that I needed to pick up. A lot of items are being switched over to eBay for better customer service and for one-on-one experiences. Another thing that I've learned is a lot of companies, like big brand name companies like Coleman, Uniden, Midland, Cobra, they're all making their own stores online and trying to cut out Amazon as the middleman. You could sit there and say, why is that, Crabby? Well, think of it this way. They're getting tired of Amazon shipping out, holding their items and then shipping out 5 to 7 days. While Amazon gets the first part of the money, they get to live off the interest. Then the second part of Amazon, they send the money to the people apparently, and then the people, the companies get their money, and then the company basically turns around and then something happens, like like whatever, and the point is you got to look at it from a perspective or a point of view. So to me, when you're looking at these items, you can look at different things. Like I asked companies why these items are sold out on Amazon. They said, "Oh, they're sold out on Amazon because Amazon and the company doesn't want to deal with Amazon, but they'll sell it for the same price on their own website." And then the other problem you have with the internet, which I love the internet part, is this. You go to the internet, you use the internet, you can find out if a product's been discontinued or if one of their subsidiaries or outlet stores or whatever is selling said product, and that's how you could tell what's going on, how it's going on, etc. Then, on top of that, the other items on your preppers tools is email. You can actually email companies and say, hey, do you take money orders? Hey, do you take, do you have this in stock? Oh, you don't. Where is it made? Oh, it's coming from Vietnam. Okay, you can ask questions and they'll answer you practically. Whereas you don't have to worry about any of the preppers. You could utilize everything via the internet if you know what you're doing. But the other ultimate tool is, and I love this prepper's tool, is you can turn around and literally utilize online stores. Okay, you can say, what's that? Well, everyone knows an online store, but I'm talking about online supply and demand. You can go straight to Walmart, go hamburger, and they'll say, oh, you're allowed 9 10-pound chubs of hamburger. That's 90 pounds. You buy 90 pounds, you got 90 pounds of hamburger, right? But the question is, in a prepping situation, what do you do with 90 pounds of hamburger, for example, right? You got to think. You use it before the fall of America, hypothetically, right? That's what I call it, the fall of the United States Empire, all right? But then you turn around, what do you do with the rest? The rest is you turn around and you literally prep when it comes to prepping. You can look at, eating your hamburger and Hamburger Helper up before it runs out. Then you switch over to the canned goods. If that. Now, in a nuclear situation, a nuclear exchange, your freezer ain't going to be working. So you got to think about your canned goods. So you have to weigh the pros and cons through the internet. And so, that's also, you got to raise the pros and cons to how much are you willing to invest in prepping on certain tools like books. Because if you can basically find everything you need through forums is another good way of doing things. Forums, Google, Bing, Lycos, Excite, Yahoo, AltaVista, Dogpile, Gopher. I think Dogpile and Gopher is still around, by the way. You can use those ones and it'll literally tell you, with reviews, what to do. I mean, back in the day, you had so many search engines competing, And by the way, I still think Netscape is the best internet program around. I think Valley of the Boom's on Amazon right now, so I'm going to have to watch that again once I'm done with my show, Pacific. I just finished Band of Brothers on HBO Max. Now I'm watching Pacific. Then I'll go to Valley of the Boom. You know, that's one of the things is you got to utilize what you have. So technically, if you know what you want to watch, you can utilize that too. You can also watch a lot of TV shows while you're waiting. I mean, passing the time is one thing, but also doing your projects is another. So, my prepping spreadsheet's got to be caught up. You also got to ask yourself on certain issues on tools too, like, do you need this, or is it a want or a need? And you got to weed out the wants to the needs. I mean, literally, and one of the things that I do, as everyone knows, is I give gift cards to Higgins to keep him busy. He's a great adopted brother, and he does the weeding of the chaff while I do the reviews and the everything else. I'm getting ready to do some good reviews in the next 4 to 6 weeks, so I hope you stay tuned for those too. But I got meal planners to review. I got some other radios to review besides this. Higgins and I are looking at other options for radios. I mean, we need to find something that will go further than a mile because Higgins' project is a mile for him and his mom. I need at least 1.5 miles to 2 miles. So far, these only go to about 3/4 of a mile. And these only work in longer distance if it's flat land and there's no obstructions. So think about it. Radios need no obstructions. That's the problem you have with prepping, is you need to know what's going on. Now, a lot of people say to me in the communication, what about CBs? What about GMRS? What about MERS? Well, we're working on that. Me and Higgins are literally working. I mean, by the time I get done with next month's deposit to his Amazon savings account for his scanner, we should have more information on GMRS, MERS, FRS, and CB, But also, GMRS needs a license. Whereas, I just found out today one of the radios that I want to review soon doesn't require a license because it says it's GMRS, but there's a debate going on a forum that I question it because of it. If you have a removable antenna on any GMRS radio and it goes higher than 2 watts, then you need a license. But if you have a GMRS radio that has a fixed antenna you can't remove, so you can't remove this, see? This would be considered an FRS. So what they're doing is they're saying, oh, we're going to sell these FRS radios. We're going to call them GMRS radios. And then we're going to turn around and literally sell these GMRS radios as with FRS bands and to go longer. But the real thing is they're false advertising because they're putting this in so they could sell these. By the way, these are tiny, aren't they? You clip them to this like this, etc., etc. They do work if you walk around town, but you have to have no obstructions. I walked down the side of a hill 1/4 mile down to the ferry terminal, and I could not get anything with Chloe. So we've done field tested these all the time, and frankly, we're looking for something stronger. Now, for my neighbor, for example, give her a set of these. She can tune in anytime if there is a destruction or if she wants to get in touch with me. But that can be said with the CB radio for free too. The MERS is free, but we don't know how far MERS goes. We have not checked the distance of MERS, and I am not going to keep plugging up Amazon's questions before purchasing. I could, but the thing is you got to ask yourself how much distance do you need? Like, I live on an island, so unless we need, whatever. I'm also going to look for CB radios tomorrow as well. But I figured for you guys who's enjoying my short videos, which is great actually, you need to utilize the internet too. You can do a lot with the internet. You can check stock supplies, what's available at Ace. You can check stuff at Walmart. You can check things at Target. They're starting to fill in where if you need to pick up something right away, you can without waiting for shipping, because shipping's getting to the point where everything's getting slow unless you pay $35 or $50 or $75. Some places charge Spend $150 for more, get 2-day shipping, which is great, you know. Or fly rod companies, you pay $900 for a fly rod, they'll send it 2 days. With me, my fly rods I got as a gift, they shipped it USPS, but you know what? It's fine and dandy because, you know, it's what they did, you know, but it got to me. So to me, it's not a matter of when or how, but when, you know. And the point is for you guys, I wanted to share that with you all today because, frankly, as a prepper, you guys got to keep on prepping and utilize every tool that in your arsenal to survive. That means doing research. I mean, you don't think I've been sitting around for the last since last week where I got flagged and been doing nothing. You can check out the Spotify podcast that we have up. You know, it's in our community page. You know, I've posted links to videos. I've posted links to Spotify. I've been doing a lot of prepping videos, prepping podcasts, trying to get you all utilized. And, you know, I want to thank Tildor again for saying I'm a great administrator, you know. And that's something I want to thank Tildor wholeheartedly for, because Tildor literally stated, you know, in his comment, you know, that, yeah, I can't believe it says channel violations, and I asked them to remove that box so I don't have to see it, and they're just like, nope, you gotta see it to remind you you can't talk politics. Yep. He says, Rita's one of the most talented administrators on YouTube. She's well schooled in numerous topics regarding prepping, but not limited to. She's always 20 steps of us ahead of our prepping endeavors. I would like to grant a huge shout out to her communication, preparation, excellence. Way to go, boss. Thank you, thank you. I also noticed that Chloe attacked Tildor about claiming to be Zoe. We don't know what thing is, but with Tildor, you know, Chloe said to me that, well, without Tildor commenting right now, there's no videos for him to comment, he or she. Chloe claims it is Zoe, but thing is, Tildor hasn't commented because there is no videos right now due to the fact that I'm uploading everything manually and putting it up there on the 17th, so you guys have it ready to go on Friday the 17th, and then I will start reviewing my items. You know, people are asking me, are we going to review the scanners? Possibly. Thing is, I got to figure out the camera. I'm still waiting for the tripod to ship, by the way. We're going to do some cooking videos. By the way, just so you know, the dishes on the right are all clean. Chloe's just as freaking lazy as hell to do anything. Just to let you know, I actually did that. I got the floor swept. I'm ready to wash them, and just got the counters. The bathroom, kitchen can take 30 minutes. The bathroom's cleaned. The halls, Chloe refuses. She's more worried about where she's going to live. Zoe's right about that, so she doesn't care what happens. We have some other issues, or living situations, but I'll explain that all to you tomorrow. In the meantime, I don't want this video going too long, but you guys get a decent video today. Check out my Spotify. If I find any other topics, I will talk about it. Currently, it is the Dow Jones, I will say, went down almost 432 points in the fear of the federal government, let's just say without miscommunication, the stockholders are worried about the Federal Reserve raising interest rates again, okay? Now, I've already made a video about that on Rumble. Check it out today if you wish, or tomorrow, Saturday, for you guys that are watching this on Friday, because it explains everything in detail without going into more detail. It's just the stock market's in fears of a 50-point basis point, so a half point up again. They're trying to control inflation. We won't go there either because I'm not allowed to talk about inflation, except for tell you guys to keep on prepping just in case of inflation. Keep on prepping just in case of depression, a Great Depression, and keep on prepping for a possible nuclear war. In the meantime, I have nothing more to say to you guys today. Look for my video. By the time you see me live, my videos will probably have enough video views that I can smile, because these videos are short and sweet, and they don't go 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, etc. So, and I will try to watch my wording on my live videos so I don't get in trouble. Yeah. And in the meantime, if you really want to know what's going on, check out Rumble. I'm there. I'm liking it. I like how you can monetize right away. Highly recommend it for any of you preppers out there wanting to change. I'd go to Rumble. Now, if you've already got a YouTube-based subscriber base, I'd stay with YouTube. But for me, my base is small, but at the same time, I'm loyal to you all. So keep on prepping. Look for future videos, and stay safe. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe button. Hold some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the bell notification, the thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and keep the comments nice is all we ask. Thank you, and God bless you in everything you do.